there, Chipmunks! Welcome to the AMP Cycling Ride Review Series. I'm your host, Angry Chipmunk, and today we're in Italy riding around Varano Lake. This route is available on Rouvy, so let's get right to it. This is a moderate length route at just under 31 kilometers long with a very mild 121 meters of elevation gain. The whole ride averages just 0.4% and peaks at about 9 to 10%. There's only one segment included on Rouvy as well as on Strava. The peak gradient on this route is very near the start, just about 4 kilometers into the ride. It is really just a small pinch of a climb after an extended downhill section. If the 9% seems like a scary prospect, don't even worry about it. It's so short that you should come into the hill with a bit of speed from the downhill, so you'll barely even notice that incline. But do watch for that dark orange stripe so you're caught out if you need to change gears. The segment is San Nicola in Butti. It's at the 9.6 kilometer mark, is 1.5 kilometers long with 17 meters of elevation gain, averaging 1.1% and maxing out at 4.5%. Nothing of significance about this segment. It's very similar to the terrain before and after, so there's no real reason to back off for this one at all. The peak gradient is in the last bit of climbing just before the end of the segment. The rest of the route to the end is incredibly flat, which is no great surprise as water generally does find the flattest area to converge. For this ride, you can get away with a much shorter warm-up than normal. The first almost 4 kilometers of this route are downhill and flat, so plenty of time to get warm. I would say 5 minutes should be okay, unless you're looking to make a really hard push from the start. It's also so incredibly flat that if you're having a moderate ride, you can shorten your cooldown as well. And as always, I recommend pre-fueling your rides and including plenty of protein with that. This route doesn't really have any big challenges in it, so if you've pre-fueled, aim for around 15 to 20 grams or so around the halfway point. There's no real need here for a post-ride protein, but a magnesium supplement is always helpful. The view on this ride is pretty beautiful and definitely odd. You do start a bit away from the lake, but then end up riding alongside of it for something like half of the lake itself. There's a lot of 1.5 lane roads, which are oddly busy. In the second half, you turn off the more main road onto a waterfront laneway. This then turns off again onto a dirt path that hasn't been used since like 1962. It's a really strange divergence, but it's also exactly the kind of thing that you might do for real if you got lost. An added bonus is encountering my favorite ride time animal, cows. Watch out for them running along with you in the field. I tried to make a pretty good push on this one and completed it in just under 1 hour on 100% difficulty emulation. With the possibility of shortening the warm-up and cooldown, I would say to budget anywhere from 45 to 90 minutes. If you're very fast and want to punch out a quick and easy route, this one can be done in a short amount of time. If you want a cruisier ride, budget a bit of extra time. It definitely has the potential to fill a moderate time gap or be a ride that you can stop and start again later. Overall, this is a fantastic route that I would definitely recommend for any level of rider. The 9% at the start is very short, so even a newer rider should be able to get up it without too much difficulty. This is a route that can be as difficult as you want it to be simply by riding harder. And if you're doing a few big climbs or rides and need something to sandwich around them, this is a great choice. Not too long and mild enough that it won't put any extra strain on your muscles. For this route, I give a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this one. The smaller laneways and strange divergence off into the bush make for one of the most interesting routes on Rouvy. It really feels like you took a wrong turn and just got lost but went with it anyway. For the climbs, an A. For the view, 5 out of 5. Perfect weather on this one. A lot of the seaside or lakefront routes don't offer much in the way of water views, but not here. As almost half of the route is along the lakefront, you get plenty of beautiful water shots. And the camera car makes its way through a little fishing village of some sort, and it really adds to the overall feel of this ride. And overall, 5 out of 5. Definitely put this one in your ride queue. It's perfect for the reasons mentioned, and it's just an overall beautiful ride. Plus, cows. Well, that's it for this review, so thanks for watching, Chipmunks. Please let me know what you thought of the Varano Lake route when you complete it, and let me know what you thought of the cows. Are they your favorite ride time animal too? I'll leave you to finish the rest of the ride, and I'll see you next week for another review. Until then, Ride on, chipmunks, ride on.